you today? You're great, awesome, cool. Let's jump right into this video. If you're new to my channel, what's up? And if you're not new, what's poppin'? So, as you can see by the title of the video, Black women are constantly disrespected. And I really do feel as though a lot of y'all missed the point that Ari was trying to make. Now, one thing that I'm going to say before I even continue this conversation is that if you're not gonna like what I gotta say, you can honestly just exit out my video because you're not needed here, and I don't understand why you're watching my video just to find points to talk to make a rebuttal about. So yeah, and even if you do comment, it's gonna be a waste of time because I'm not gonna really pay any mind to it. So yeah. So if you haven't seen on Twitter or what Ari Lennox has to say, I'm basically going to provide what it's in reference to. So some guy on Twitter basically said that Ari Lennox and Tiana Taylor, I'm reading directly from it, Ari Lennox and Tiana Taylor's ability to have dangerously high sex appeal while simultaneously looking like Rottweilers will always amaze me. Now, when Ari responded to this, it was not to say like, oh my gosh, I'm crying because I'm so sensitive by what he's saying. No, that's not the whole point of this. What Ari Lennox has been saying and has been saying the whole entire time is that people are too comfortable constantly disrespecting Black women for no apparent reason. There was no reason for him to compare both of them to Rottweilers. None. There was no reason to state what he had to say to begin with. And this is a constant problem, that people freely disrespect Black women on a daily basis. And not just Black women, but dark-skinned Black women. And I'm not dark-skinned. I would not be considered dark-skinned by my fellow Black women, because I am not. That's just not me. However, I'm not going to be ignorant to the fact that my fellow dark-skinned counterparts are not constantly belittled, not constantly told how bad their dark skin is, or even compared to inanimate objects or even animals. We don't do it to Latinx women, to white women. We don't do it to Asian women. We don't, yet we constantly find the need to undermine and belittle our Black women. That's just the facts. It's just the facts. And we can go deeper into this. And honestly, all of this stems from self-hate. It does. It does stem from self-hate, because most of these Black people, I don't even want to just say Black men, because that's another issue that we're having. That's another issue that's going on, is that what I realize is that people are now making this a Black men versus Black women issue. Now I'm gonna say to y'all, and I might get some backlash for this, this is not a Black man versus Black woman issue. This is everybody's issue, because it's not just Black men that are calling or agreeing that Ari Lennox looks like a Rottweiler. It's some Black women in there too, and some of those women are dark skinned. So I find it that it is not just Black men don't protect us, or Black men degrade us, or Black men belittle us, or Black men don't love Black women, or whatever the case may be. This is not that. What Ari Lennox is trying to help us recognize is that this is a community issue. This is a community issue, because we all, let me repeat, we all in the community have a tendency of constantly tearing each other down, constantly tearing each other down, and at a very high rate, is that those ideologies or that self-hate usually gets directed towards our darker skinned Black women, as well as our Black men, but majority of the time it's our darker skinned Black women that are constantly being disrespected and not protected. That's just a fact. This is not an opinion, that is a fact. Like, that is a fact. And it's like, I'm not understanding what's going to get y'all to wake up that this is a serious problem. We all are too comfortable degrading each other. It's just too comfortable, like, and it's just sad because it's like the self-hate like screams from people. It screams because it's like, what did Black women do to get y'all to hate on us so much? Like, I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't understand what it is that allows you to like go inside yourself and then insult us for no apparent reason. Like, what was the reason? What was the...
I had a reason.
What was the reason? What was the reason?
I just explained the reason.
What was the reason, bitch?
I don't need to explain myself to you. And
what was the reason?
None. There was no reason to disrespect Ari Lennox or Tiana Taylor. What they do to y'all? What? Like, out of all the women to get yourself to tweet about, you gonna tweet them? And my thing is, Ari Lennox and Tiana Taylor, they not even ugly. You feel me? Like, they look nothing like a Rottweiler in my opinion. Honestly, let me pull up a picture of a Rottweiler, because I got my computer right in front of me, because, hold on. I need to look at a Rottweiler. Rottweiler. Because what I'm trying to understand is, like, y'all really, like, and Rottweilers are not even ugly. They're not even ugly. Like, come on. Look at that. He's not even ugly. Like, and that's not to say that, oh, you know, what he said is not wrong. But at the end of the day, come on, man. Come on. A dog? Really? A dog? You're gonna compare. You're gonna compare our two Black women, phenomenal Black women, successful Black women, dark-skinned Black women at that, that are being a representation for fellow dark-skinned Black women, for our dark-skinned Black little girls. They're a representation of that, and you gonna decide, oh, you know what? I don't find them cute. I find them ugly. I don't understand how they got a high sex appeal when they looking like that. My thing is, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It's in the eye of the beholder. So even though Ari Lennox or Tiana Taylor may be ugly to you, that doesn't mean the same for everybody. You feel me? That's not the same for all of us. All of us don't feel like that. I think Ari Lennox and Tiana Taylor are phenomenal, beautiful women. That's my opinion. And listen, I may be biased when it comes to Tiana, especially because that's my sis. You feel me? And can't nobody tell me that I don't know her, because that's my good sis. You feel me? That's my good sis. All right. So anybody who want to talk about her, we could really get these hands. You feel me? We could really get it, because that's my sis. Like, that is my sis. But anyway, to not even go on a whole tangent about that, it's just like it's like, how many times do we have to publicly disrespect our Black women for us to realize, like, yo, this is really a problem? How many times do we have to publicly not even acknowledge our Black women that are missing, yet, like, I'm not getting the disconnect. Like, it's like, this is the point, and all of y'all are like going over it. Like, it's just going, I don't understand. I don't get it. Like, I really don't get it. And it's because the only thing I really have to say about it is that this has to be a self-hate. It has to be self-hate, and it's self-hate within our community. And to sit here and say that it's Black men is also not fair, because there are Black men out there that do love us. There are Black men out there that do want to protect us. Well, let me not say want to. There are Black men that do protect us. There are Black men that uphold Black women to a very, very high standard. There are Black men like that out there. So to sit here and say that Black men constantly disrespect us, or whatever the case may be, that is also not fair, and is also a narrative that we have to get away from, because this is not just Black men disrespecting us. Other fellow Black women are disrespecting us as well. And not only that, but there is a double standard, because the person who wrote that tweet ended up, I don't know if it was him or if it was somebody else, but I'm gonna like freaking try to look for that as well. And posted somewhere on the screen, but basically it was a black woman, and she basically retweeted a picture of Roddy Ricch. She retweeted a picture of Roddy Ricch and 2 other rappers, and basically said something they look like pit bulls or something. She basically called them pit bulls, but I can't really honestly fully remember what it was in reference to, but she called them pit bulls. And then he turned around and called Tiana Taylor and Ari Lennox Watt-Rollers. So he shared it and basically was like how she basically got a whole bunch of likes and retweets for it, but he got a bunch of death threats. So that right there is a double standard that I personally don't agree with. If one is wrong, then they're both wrong. You feel me? Because if she's calling our fellow black men pit bulls and he's calling us Rottweilers, it's still a problem at the end of the day, regardless if they're 2 different dogs, regardless if you feel like the one dog is cuter than the other, or regardless if you feel as though that they really do look like that. Like, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, why are you belittling, why are you dehumanizing?
Say it louder for the people in the back, you heard?
Why are you dehumanizing your fellow black people to an animal? Like, I don't get that. Like, we have a problem with white people calling us a monkey, yet we simultaneously turn around and start calling each other dogs and stuff like that. I don't get it. Yet, no, not even that, but there were some people who had an issue with what he said, but didn't have an issue with what the girl said, which is a problem, because if you have an issue with one, you should have an issue with both. They both did with black people. So that's why I'm really not understanding the disconnect, because it's like, it's disrespect regardless, no matter who throws it at who. It's disrespectful. It don't matter if it's a black woman calling it a black man, talking about it, saying it to a black man, and it doesn't matter if a black man is saying it to a black woman, or even if a black man was saying it to another black man. It's still wrong. It's still disrespectful. It still should not be said, and you should still not dehumanize each other. That should not be a thing. And we're too comfortable as a black community. We're too comfortable tearing each other down. We're too comfortable calling each other out our name. We're too comfortable disrespecting each other. We're too comfortable. We are too comfortable. Way too comfortable. The double standard is at an all-time high, because if one is wrong, then they're both wrong. And I don't understand how many times I have to say that. I don't understand, because what Ari Lennox is trying to help y'all understand is that she's not screaming because she's sensitive, and to what's the word I'm putting, and to downplay the point that she's trying to make is literally a slap in the face to everybody, because nobody wants to acknowledge the real problem at hand, and all everybody wants to do is point fingers and oh, black men don't love us and blah blah blah, when it's both sides. Although black women do tend to get the short end of the stick in this situation, it's not about black men versus black women. This is a problem that we need to address and that we need to fix. That's what Ari Lennox has been saying the entire time. That this is a community problem that needs to be fixed. Yet instead of people realizing that this is a community issue that needs to be fixed, everybody wants to be offended by what she's saying, and like, oh, that's not everybody, or oh, that's not me, and oh, there are black men that love black women, which is not the topic at hand. The topic at hand is that we as a community are disrespecting each other, when we already get enough disrespect from the outside. And I don't know, I'm stuttering a lot in this video, and please bear with me. But my whole point is that we are too comfortable we are too comfortable disrespecting each other. We're too comfortable just saying, oh, that's not my problem. We're too comfortable saying, oh, that's not everyone. Like, I'm not like that. And it's like, that's not the point of what she's trying to say. What she's trying to say is that dark-skinned black women constantly endure hate from people for no apparent reason. Yet, these same people that are talking about them, especially from outside of our community, turn around and want to have all the features and culture that are exemplified by us, which makes no sense, because if you can hate on us, then why are you trying to love on my culture? Why are you trying to love on my skin? Why are you trying to love on my beautiful features? You feel me? Like, I'm not getting it. I'm not understanding. And it's just like, I don't understand what's going to really be the eye-opening moment for us. I really don't. I don't. And it's like, I really want people to realize that this is not a blame game situation right now. This is a situation for us to really sit down and have a conversation with ourselves. Like, yo, why am I comfortable disrespecting my fellow Black people? Whether you know them personally or not, why do you feel so comfortable being able to disrespect them? And it's a real legitimate question to ask yourself. It's a real legitimate question to ask yourself, and I really want people to really sit down and look in the mirror and really talk to themselves about it, because it's like, the self-hate is real. What do you not like about yourself that's allowing you to project your feelings onto what you're saying about your fellow Black counterparts? I said counterparts, but that makes sense. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Like, it's just like, we can talk about this all day and really sit here and dissect it, but the overall picture is that this is a community problem that needs to be addressed, and the only way for us to solve it is with ourselves. And the way that we do that is to teach each other to uplift one another, to teach our children to love themselves, and not just love themselves very vaguely. I mean, really tell them your skin is beautiful, your features are beautiful, can't nobody take that away from you. Just love yourself and see yourself as beautiful, and do not allow anyone to tell you differently. Make your children or even yourself wake up every morning and find some reassure themselves. Look in the mirror and say, I am beautiful, I am Black, I am bold, and I'm gonna get this money. Like, literally, because it's just like, when you read the comments of people, they're like, well, especially of... It's like, when you read the comments from fellow Black people in response to what Ari Lennox has said, they're like, well, I mean, she don't look like a Rottweiler, but she look like a goat. Like, what, bro? What? Like, huh? Why? Like, I'm not getting it. So instead of calling her a Rottweiler, you're gonna call her another animal? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. What don't you like about yourself that's allowing you to project those feelings onto other people? This is a real issue. This is a community problem that needs to be addressed and fixed. A real fix, like a real solution. And the only solution that we're gonna be able to find, that I find practical, is creating those mechanisms to reassure yourself and of your love for your Blackness, of your love for your skin, of your love for your features, of love for your community, of love for your culture. Because if you did not love it, because if you did love it, you would not find it so easy to disrespect it. If you did love it, you would not hear what Ari is saying and get defensive about it. Like, you would sit here and realize, oh snap, this is a real problem that we gotta fix. And it is what it is. And it's like, there's nothing else to say about it but that Black women are constantly given the short end of the stick, and we're constantly disrespected for no reason by ourselves and by our Black men. All I gotta say to end this video is love yourself, because nobody gonna love you but you. Love your own, love yourself in all aspects, in its entire entity. Love yourself, love your fellow Black people, uplift your fellow Black people. If you see disrespect, call it out. And I don't mean like, you see one thing wrong and then you don't call out the other thing. No, if it's wrong, it's wrong. At the end of the day, we constantly belittle each other, whether we want to accept it or not, and it's a fact. And we just need to spread love and not hate, literally. That's pretty much what it all boils down to. We all have to spread love and no hate, because ain't nobody gonna love our people but our people. It is. That's just the facts. Ain't nobody gonna love your people but your people. Nobody gonna love you more than you. At the end of the day, all I gotta say is that I'm rooting for all black people. That's it. That's all. I love y'all. Love yourselves. Love your family. Love your culture. Love your community.
Pull up in the renty with the bestie, ayy. Stacking paper, making this money, ayy. I got flavors, niggas wanna wife me, ayy. But I like money, so you and your niggas gotta pay.